Hi, I'm Mike, founder of GoodBed.com. Today we're going to be doing an in-depth review of the Brooklyn Signature mattress. Now this is the new version, the one with springs, the one that they sometimes call the Brooklyn Signature Hybrid, or just the Brooklyn Signature, or sometimes even by the name of the previous generation, which they called the hashtag best mattress ever. But whatever you want to call it, we're going to be reviewing it, so stick around. So one of the first things you need to know about a mattress is just how soft it is. In the case of the new Brooklyn Signature Hybrid mattress, it comes in 3 softness levels. They offer a firm, a medium, and a soft. And we're right now on the medium, which is by far the best selling of the 3. And in the case of this newest version, we would actually characterize their medium as a medium firm on our softness spectrum. Now this is a little bit firmer than how we characterized either of the previous 2 versions. There was an original hashtag best mattress ever that was made with latex over foam. We classified that as a medium. Then there was the successor to that, which replaced the latex with the Titan Flex. We also classified that as a medium, had a very similar softness level. This one just feels a little firmer to us, so we're classifying it as a medium firm. So now let's get into the details of what's actually in the new Brooklyn Signature Hybrid mattress. And in total, you're looking at a mattress that's 12.5 inches with about 5 layers to it. It starts on top with this quilting layer, which really gives the mattress a little bit more of a traditional look, as well as a little bit more of a traditional feel too. This foam in here, this 1.5 inches of foam in the quilting layer, is definitely the softest foam in the mattress. It doesn't really have too much bounce and certainly doesn't have any memory feel either. It's just kind of like a soft comfort foam. And then below that you have the top layer of Titan Flex. It's a 2-inch layer of their Titan Flex material and a 3.5 pound density. And this is the softer of the 2 Titan Flex layers. And it also has what they call titanium gel in it, which adds, of course, some cooling properties we'll talk about later in the video, as well as the company talks about how it adds some antibacterial properties as well, which we can't really speak to. And then below that top 2-inch layer of Titan Flex, you have another 2-inch layer of Titan Flex foam that is a little firmer, acts as a little bit more of a transition between the two, between this comfort layers on top and these firmer coils down below. Then you have this 6-inch pocketed coils, of which there are 800 or so in a queen size. And that's of course where your support is coming from in the mattress. And then those just need something to rest on, so there's an inch of foam below those at the very bottom of the mattress, and that gives you the full 12.5 inches. And of course all that is wrapped in this cover, which has a few nice touches. The top surface is very consistent with what we've seen in the previous 2 versions, the hashtag best mattress ever, as well as the previous Brooklyn Signature. Similar feel and stitching and fabric. Which is a nice soft cover fabric. Then they've also added some, they've got some nice cording here, which gives, I think, definitely some durability properties as well as a nice look. This side panel is almost like a shirt-like material in a way, like the fabric here, but it also has some thickness to it. It's a nice, it feels substantial, which is good, but also looks nice. And then I guess a special shout out to the fact that they added 4 functional handles to the sides of the mattress. And when I say functional, I mean that you really can use these to move the mattress around, unlike handles you might find on some other company's mattresses, which may be more decorative. So that's a super nice touch as well that Brooklyn has done in the past too. So overall, that's your construction of the Brooklyn Signature mattress. So now we're going to get into the 2 things that absolutely everybody must get from their mattress, which are back support and pressure relief. And for context, I'm about 6 feet tall, not quite 200 pounds, and I predominantly sleep on my back. So I'm going to start out in that position. And I definitely found that for me, this medium version delivered really good spinal alignment from a back support standpoint. I definitely felt like my hips were able to sink into the mattress just enough, but my lumbar was still well supported. So definitely felt like really well supported in this back position at my weight. I do think, of course, that like a lighter back sleeper is probably going to be okay, significantly lighter. It's probably going to be okay on the soft version of this. But most back sleepers, the medium version is going to be great. If you're significantly heavier, then maybe the firm version would probably be a good choice for you as a back sleeper. But overall, again, the medium's a pretty good choice for a lot of back sleepers. I'm going to switch over to my stomach. And this is a position where I think that, again, for me, the medium version did really well. You can see here that because it's a little firmer than medium and because the mattress has more of that sleeping on the mattress kind of floating sensation, it definitely keeps your heaviest part of your body, which for everyone is going to be your hips, from sinking too deeply into the mattress. So, so for me, definitely I didn't get that overarching sensation, which can be the real possible red flag for a stomach sleeper. So overall, I felt like the medium was a great fit for me for stomach sleeping, and it also it's kind of nice in that stomach sleepers sometimes have a hard time finding a balance between something that's firm enough to be supportive in that hips region, but soft enough to feel nice when you've got like your elbows and your knees and the whole front of your body pressed against the surface of the mattress. So this mattress does have a lot of softness just right on the top, which addresses that and gives it a nice feel for a stomach sleeper. I'm going to switch over to my side now, and this is the position where I really focus most on pressure relief, in addition, of course, to proper spinal alignment, which in this case, on your side, is going to be keeping it kind of in that pretty much horizontal shape. So in terms of the spinal alignment, I did feel, again, like for my body shape and size on my side, the medium was a really good match. You can see here that my shoulder is able to sink into the mattress enough that overall my top of my spine is pretty well aligned. I mean, I could stand for a little bit more in that regards. My shoulders are sort of on the broader side, but still I felt really well aligned, and this would be, I certainly wouldn't go for the soft version. I definitely felt like good overall on this relative to other mattresses too. And I do think, though, that if I were a curvier and or lighter side sleeper, I might think about the soft version. And likewise, if I was a heavier and or less curvy, and when I talk about curves as it relates to side sleeping, I include shoulders in addition to hips principally. In the heavier and or less curvy, then you might think about the firm, but generally speaking, side sleepers and the firm are probably not going to be a great combination. So you're looking more at the medium or the soft, depending on your curves and your weight. And then in terms of the pressure relief, I felt like the pressure relief was good, was very good, in fact. And it was interesting, I felt like the way they achieved the pressure relief in this mattress principally was through like just a really nice progressive layering system. Insofar as they've got this quilting layer on top, which is no doubt the softest layer of the mattress. Then below that, of course, you've got the first layer of Titan Flex, and then below that you've got that next layer, which is slightly firmer. And so you sort of just are allowed to sink in just as far as your whatever pressure is being placed in that point allows, and that gives the mattress kind of a natural pressure relief property that I think is very effective. And likewise, it also is, I think, part of the way that they achieve the support for the concave parts of your body. So like here on my side, or when I'm on my back, that lumbar area, I think that progressive layering system also is very effective approach for addressing those needs. So so overall, pressure relief I think is very good. Definitely didn't have any issues with pressure points in my experience on this mattress, and I think that I do think though that the soft version is likely to offer even better pressure relief. So again, that's another reason why if you're a side sleeper, and let's say I already mentioned that if you're lighter and or curvier, but I'd also add to that, like if you're someone whose pressure relief needs are particularly acute, you're particularly prone to pressure points or soreness in your shoulders and hips types of thing, that would be another reason to lean towards the soft version as opposed to the medium. So overall, that would be my kind of lay of the land as far as back support and pressure relief needs are concerned on the Brooklyn Signature Hybrid models. Now we're going to get into some of the characteristics of the mattress that we call more preference-based, meaning things that can be one way or another, but neither of those is better or worse. It's just a matter of your personal preference. And the first of these we call cushioning depth, which refers to the difference between sleeping more on your mattress or getting more of a floating sensation versus sleeping in your mattress and getting more of a hugged or cradled sensation. And in the case of the Brooklyn Signature Hybrid, at least the medium version that we're on, we would classify this as having slightly shallower than average cushioning depth, in that it definitely delivers more of that floating sensation than it does a hugged or cradled sensation. Part of that is due to the fact that while there is certainly some conforming, you don't sink as deeply into this mattress as many of the others we've tested, but part of it is also due to the nature of these top layers of foam, which do create they sort of accentuate that floating type of sensation. And the other way that we sometimes demonstrate this is with this bowling ball, which you can compare across other videos we've done. And you can see that this bowling ball does probably sink slightly less into the mattress than on a lot of the other mattresses we've tested. So that kind of further supports our classification of slightly shallower than average cushioning. The next preference-based characteristic is what we call responsiveness, which is the difference between that sort of slow responding memory feel versus a quick responding bounce. And in the case of the Brooklyn Signature, you can quickly rule out the memory feel because there's no memory foam in this mattress for one thing, and everything generally responds pretty quickly, with the one possible exception of that top quilting foam, which is just kind of average, but certainly not delayed memory type of effect. So I would say definitely no memory feel to speak of in this mattress. In terms of bounce, we look at the bounce in different levels of the mattress. We start with the surface just to kind of assess the amount of bounce you get just from the very top of the mattress. And I would say like pretty little actually. Like this quilting layer has very little bounce to it, and it's definitely it's not a quick springy type of quilting material. It's more of a soft comfort foam, and as a result kind of dampens any bounce if anything. The next level we would point to is the mid-level bounce, which we test with this 16-pound bowling ball, and you can see that there is definitely some bounce in this mattress. That being said, not really more than like a typical spring mattress that we test. So it doesn't feel like the combination of this quilting foam and the Titan Flex is really adding to the bounce beyond just what you'd find in a normal innerspring mattress. So I don't know, we do know from testing this Titan Flex material in other Brooklyn bedding products, including the previous version of the Brooklyn Signature mattress, that it does have some springiness to it. Not quite as much as the original best mattress ever that was made of latex on the top, but we do definitely think it has more springiness than traditional polyurethane foam. So I do think my estimation here is that this quilting layer is kind of having a little bit of a dampening effect on the bounce when you drop the bowling ball. But still certainly has some bounce, no question. Now we're going to test the deep bounce by me putting my full 200 pounds on the mattress. And you can see here there's definitely some bounce. I mean, I obviously am activating those coils, and those coils are pushing me right back up. So certainly some deep bounce in this mattress, and overall what we would say is that this mattress on the responsiveness scale certainly falls well over towards the quick response side of the spectrum. So now we're going to get into what we call priority-based characteristics, which are things that a mattress can be better or worse at, but that may or may not be a priority for you personally. And the first of these is motion isolation, which you may know refers to what degree is the person on, say, that side of the mattress going to be aware of or disturbed by what's happening on this side. We're going to test this by dropping this 16-pound bowling ball, and you can see that the bowling pin really barely moves. That's a nice amount of motion isolation. Now I'm going to up the ante though, and I'm going to drop my full 200 pounds down on the mattress. And you can see that again, the bowling pin just barely moves. So overall, we would definitely say that this mattress, on account of the pocketed coils principally as their support core, has excellent motion isolation. One thing that's important to some people is the ease of repositioning on a mattress. So we just wanted to quickly show you that this is not going to be an issue on this mattress. It is very easy to move around on this mattress, and you're definitely not going to get any of that stuck in the mud type of feeling. One thing that's important to some people is edge support, so we always take a look at this in our reviews. And in the case of the Brooklyn Signature Hybrid, this is definitely an area where there's been some improvement relative to either of the two predecessor versions of this mattress. As you can see me sitting here on this mattress, you can see that there is some dip, but it's definitely less than what we experienced with the two all-foam versions that preceded this. And I would say that in general, this edge support exceeds that of most mattresses that are all foam. However, it's probably not quite as good as a lot of the mattresses that we've tested that are inner spring mattresses, especially those that have specific features designed to give the mattress a firmer edge, like a foam perimeter or a couple rows of firmer coils going around the edge. I can tell you that this mattress definitely doesn't use a foam perimeter because I can feel the coils on the edge. I don't know if they use firmer coils. They very well may, but notwithstanding that, there's a little bit more dip than on a lot of the other inner spring mattresses that we've tested. But I also want to point out that in the scheme of things, for one thing, I feel completely stable here. It's not as though I have the sensation of sliding off the bed. And I also want to point out that the edge support that this mattress offers is more than adequate to support my entire 200 pounds very well when laying on the edge of the mattress, which is for some people going to be the more important way of thinking about edge support. So overall, I would characterize the edge support of this mattress as at least good, if not very good, just maybe not the best. One concern for some people is temperature or sleeping hot. And in the case of the Brooklyn Signature Hybrid, I do think that this is another area where there has been some improvement in this latest model. Specifically, the big improvement is the replacement of the foam core with springs, which allows for significantly more airflow. And we did talk about how there is not a foam perimeter on this mattress, and as a result, airflow is allowed to go kind of in and out of this mattress, right in the sides, all the way across. Hot air can escape, cool air can get in. That's a nice improvement for sure relative to the previous version. And then it's also worth noting that, like the previous version, the top layer of Titan Flex foam also contains some gel, which is a conductor, and therefore it does allow heat to travel a little bit more efficiently away from your body through that material. And that also has somewhat of a cooling effect. But the really big change here is the replacement of the foam support with the coils, which adds a lot more airflow. So that's something that can definitely give you a little added comfort with regards to this particular area of concern. One area of concern for some people is the degree of natural materials in the mattress, or maybe more so just the lack of harmful chemicals. And in the case of the Brooklyn Signature, the company makes no claims about this being a natural mattress in any way. However, there are a few things that we do think you can take some reassurance from on this front. For starters, like its predecessor model, all the foams in this mattress are certified to the CertaPure standard, which looks for the presence of and off-gassing of various harmful materials and certifies that neither are present beyond some minimally acceptable threshold. But beyond that, we would also add that relative to its predecessor, they've also replaced a lot of the foam that was used in the support core with springs, which is a material that really can't off-gas at all. So that certainly is another net positive in this area. So overall, those are a couple things that we do think can give you some extra comfort if this type of thing is a concern for you. One thing we get asked about more and more these days is adjustable base compatibility. So we wanted to show you the Signature Hybrid on an adjustable base in a fully elevated position so you can see exactly what it looks like. In terms of adjustable base compatibility, we think about that in terms of three things. Number one is, does it damage the mattress in any way to use it on an adjustable base? And in this case, the answer is definitely no. This is a mattress that's made to be used in exactly this way. Number two is, how well does the mattress conform to the curves of the base? And in this case, I can even hop off the mattress and show you, not only does it conform very well, it also holds its shape. Sometimes you see a mattress, particularly when it's new and hasn't been used much on an adjustable base like this one, you see it pop up, especially if you knock it or whatever, you see it spring up, or you see a big gap here or what have you. Definitely it conforms very well, and the only place it doesn't conform, maybe perfectly, is in the foot, but even there, it's much better than a lot of mattresses when they're brand new. So overall, we'd say definitely conforms well to the curves. And then the last thing would just be, does anything weird happen when you elevate it and bend it? And in this case, I would also say no. Certainly we look at, does any kind of bowing occur here? Well, they don't actually have any foam perimeter on this mattress, so there's nothing to bow out really here. In terms of like clumping of fabric in this sort of valley here, there is a little bit. I mean, this cover has some quilting to it, so there is a little bit of bunching, but not enough that it's such a soft foam that it's not really enough that I feel like you're going to notice it. So overall, I would say that this mattress is very adjustable base compatible. All right, so as part of our review of the Brooklyn Signature mattress, we're going to just give you an idea of what to expect when the mattress arrives and how we get it out of the box and so forth. So we're obviously doing this up front. This is the queen size version. It's in a pretty standard size box. It weighs, according to FedEx, it weighs 95 pounds. We're going to open this thing up for you. All right, there you have it. The Brooklyn Signature mattress, all fully unboxed. That took like, I don't know, 4 minutes maybe. But overall, super easy. Just in terms of like kind of initial off-gassing types of impressions. I certainly smell some new mattress type of smell if I get my nose right up close to the mattress, but I would say I'm not really getting it from here even. So maybe if I get like a foot away or so, I can kind of pick it up. Maybe now it's getting a little bit to me, but overall, very typical. Probably not less, not more than in the average online mattress that we unboxed. So those are our first impressions, and that's the unboxing of the Brooklyn Signature. 3 things that are always going to be important when you're buying a mattress, particularly when you're buying one online, are delivery, return policy, and warranty. In terms of delivery, the Brooklyn Signature is delivered free to your doorstep. From that point forward, you are responsible for getting it, to your bedroom on your own and unboxing it like we showed you earlier in the video. But the delivery itself is completely free. In terms of the return policy, Brooklyn offers a generous return policy, much like many of their online peers, although maybe even a little bit more generous. They offer 120 nights, during which time you can return the mattress for any reason for a full refund. The one thing they ask is that you do keep the mattress for at least 30 nights, just to give your body kind of time to adjust to the new mattress. And in terms of the warranty, we don't always talk about warranty, but I thought there was something worth mentioning. They offer a 10-year warranty, which is pretty standard. But the most important number to look at when you're evaluating a mattress warranty is not the length of time, it's what do they consider to be an allowable dip for purposes of a sagging warranty claim or a body impressions claim. And in the case of most innerspring mattresses, the standard in the industry is about 1.5 inches. In the case of the Brooklyn warranty, they define it as no more than 1 inch. So that difference, I think, is meaningful enough to mention it. So overall, I do think that along with the delivery and return policy, are some things that can give you some extra reassurance or confidence in giving the Brooklyn mattress a try. One thing that's important to just about every mattress shopper is value. And when we think about value, we always think about how much does it cost, what's in it, and how long do we think it's going to last. In terms of the cost, the current price of the new Brooklyn Signature Hybrid mattress is $949 in a queen size. And that would be before any GoodBed discounts are applied. And what you're getting for that is a 12.5-inch mattress that we would describe as having a latex-like foam over pocketed coil support unit. In terms of how long we think that's going to last, I'd say the first thing I'd have to point out is that there's a couple uncertainties here. We generally turn to foam densities as our best, albeit imperfect, predictor of longevity, because even in an innerspring mattress, the foam tends to be the most likely to be the weak link over time. And in this case, we do have an uncertainty over what is the density of this top comfort layer, which is 1.5 inches thick and is right up close to you at the top of the mattress, and is relatively soft. So I just can't speak to that, so don't really know how vulnerable that might be to body impressions or the like. And below that, we have 2 layers of 2-inch each Titan Flex foam, both of which are 3.5-pound density. And so we do have that density, but what we don't have is kind of a broader context for what the sort of requisite levels of density are for this particular material, since it is a material that's both new and proprietary to Brooklyn. So reference points or external benchmarks are in short supply as it relates to, whether, how good is 3.5-pound density for this particular type of foam. All that being said, I do think in general 3.5-pound density for a polyurethane foam is good. That's not the same as 3.5-pound density for a memory foam, for example. So I think that it should be good. And what really gives me added confidence in both that and the unknown about the quilting layer is the warranty term that we mentioned earlier with regards to how Brooklyn defines an allowable sag as being no more than 1 inch. So to me, that suggests that they at least have a lot of confidence in these materials holding up over time, because if these materials were going to be prone to body impressions or softening and compression over time, a lot of people would quickly hit that 1 inch mark and they'd have big problems. So that's the fact that they were willing to choose a warranty definition that is below industry standards. Better than industry standards by being below 1.5 inches. I think suggests a lot of confidence and gives me in turn confidence in these materials and whatever unknowns I may have. So in terms of the overall value, if we turn over to that now, I would say that this is certainly a product that looks well built, well constructed, and well stocked in terms of materials relative to anything you're likely to find in a local store at a similar price point. So I think it stacks up well in value relative to those types of options. And in terms of relative to other online options, I also think it stacks up pretty well. I think it's at a minimum comparable, if not a better value than most of its online peers. So that would be my assessment of the overall value of this mattress. So just to sum up some of the things we've covered in this video, the new Brooklyn Signature is a 12.5-inch hybrid mattress with what we would characterize as a latex-like foam over pocketed coil construction. We talked about how the medium version of this mattress, we'd classify it as a medium firm, which means just to the firmer side of medium on our softness spectrum, which we think is going to be suitable for a really broad range of sleepers, both from a weight and sleep position perspective. We did talk about how if you're on the heavier side, particularly if you are a stomach sleeper, you might be better suited for the firm version of this mattress. Likewise, if you're on the lighter side and/or are curvier, particularly if you are a side sleeper, or if you have particular sensitivity to pressure points in your hips and shoulders, say, then you might be better suited for the soft version of this mattress. We also talked about how if you're looking for a mattress that offers a lot of that slow melting memory feel, you're not going to get any of that on this mattress. Nor are you going to get a whole lot of that hugged or cradled sensation, except maybe a little on the soft version of the mattress. But I think that those things provide a good illustration of maybe how this mattress differs from the types of innerspring mattresses that you're most likely to find in your local store today, which do tend towards the use of memory foam and deeper cushioning these days. And in that sense, I do think that this mattress is going to offer something unique and something that's going to feel both familiar and appealing to folks who've owned innerspring mattresses in the past. So I do think that if all of the criteria and considerations that we've described in this video seem like a good match for you, then the Brooklyn Signature Hybrid mattress is one that you should consider. So we hope you found this video helpful in determining whether the new Brooklyn Signature mattress is the right mattress for you. If you're still not sure though, we'd recommend that you go to GoodBed.com and take our Mattress Match quiz, which you can find right up in the header of any page of our website. Because this quiz will walk you through all of the same criteria and considerations that we talked about in this video, and ultimately will show you mattresses both online and in your local stores that best match your personal needs and preferences. So we really think that this is an extremely unique and helpful tool that you ought to take advantage of. In the meantime though, we thank you for watching and we really hope you sleep well.